Hi, my name is Nicki Ward, and this is a recitation, a brief bit of context about a poem called Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Now, it was written in 1875 when William Henley was 25 years old. Bit of backstory. The poet lost his leg when he was 16 as a complication arising from tuberculosis. And there was talk that he would have to lose his second leg. When he was 25, he looked around for an alternative opinion, and he came across a surgeon by the name of James Lister. James Lister, of course, famous surgeon, and the name from which we derive the term Listerine. He was very big on washing your hands between surgeries, which was something of a novelty at the time. Anyway, as a result of multiple interventions, his second leg was saved. He did lose part of his foot. And during recuperation, he wrote this poem called Invictus. Now, Invictus is a title that was given to it later on in its existence, after it had become relatively well known. And some people say this is about Victorian stoicism, the stiff upper lip. I suppose there's an element of truth in that, but to me, there's also a dark humor about it. He wrote to a friend saying, after he lost his leg and then half of the other leg, saying, my marching days are over. I don't think that was self-pity. I think that was another aspect that that's often overlooked of the Victorian stiff upper lip, is also the very dark gallows humor. Invictus means, it's a complicated word, it means unvanquished, undefeated. There's a sense to me of internal victory in the word as well, which is why I think it's very evocative. It evokes, just that, a sense of, internal victory. What I like about this poem also is that it doesn't whinge or whine. It's all about just getting on with it. We all face hardship. We all suffer crises of faith. But some of us, dust ourselves off and get stuck in. And I think this is one of the enduring appeals of this. There's a little bit of discussion about whether it is or is not Christian or not. There's a reference in it. Where is it? Well, it talks about the... it matters not how straight the gate, which is a biblical reference, and how charged with punishments the scroll, which I believe would be, I think, reasonable to assume that this is let me just check, a biblical reference. The bottom line is, it doesn't matter what the scripture says, we have to do our own thing. We have to dust ourselves off. Now, as a person of faith, I think you can be a person of faith and also believe that you are the captain of your soul, that you are in charge of, which is one of two beautiful phrases that have fallen into the lingua franca. Captain of my soul, bloody but unbowed. Pretty good effort for a simple poem from a 25-year-old lad. Some poems are complex, and do a critical dive and you say, "Oh, this is all very good." But some are just, divinely inspired, and I think this is one. It's worth reciting, and no matter what the time, it's always a good time to remind oneself to. I'm the captain of my soul. So with that, by the way, I don't think this has an internal voice to it. I don't think there's nothing complicated about it, as whether it has a northern accent or a southern one. I think this is one of those rare, universal voices. And so here it goes. Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.